Early Black Friday deals are here. We're particularly talking about Amazon. There's going to be a lot of people trying to race, and keep up with Amazon, especially because their Black Friday is a monster and their Cyber Monday is a monster. So we're going to talk about some stuff that's Amazon, and we'll talk about other brands. First, let's talk about one of the sponsors of today's video, which is Tomtoc and their Aviator T37. I don't take sponsors on this channel unless I've tried your product or your service and I effing like it. I love Tomtoc stuff. When they showed me their new T37 crossbody RFID blocking bag, I knew it was a banger for me. First of all, the entire bag is RFID blocking technology. Blocking getting data from your credit cards, anything else that has data that could be skimmed. I don't know, passports around the world, all that type of stuff. And a lockable main compartment. You see that little cable lock we got going on right there? This just gives one more deterrent for a thief from being a thief, okay? There's no quick release for the strap. That's one thing that a thief would look for if you're walking around a random city or something like that. Can they quickly release the strap if you're sling and take it with you? It's so small. It's easily like fits under the armpit of your body. You can take off these, the sling itself. It turns into a pouch. It is good for holding like 4 to 6 passports. This thing's a banger. X-Pack is my favorite. I asked them to send it to me in green X-Pack. It looks so effing good. Price varies on the color that you get, but I'm a big old fan of the fact that they're muting their logo more. They're coming with better technology, and the pricing is so freaking competitive when you compare it to other brands that are trying to give you these little subtle features like that. So check the links in the description because I think that you're going to really like the Aviator T37. Easily a great companion bag to wear on you, like if you got a backpack on as well. Easily can keep your important documents and all of that good stuff. Now, some of these I kind of wanted to, I set most of them to the side because I've either tried the products before. One moment. I know that if I had the product, I would be definitely on it. This is the Bluetti hands-free one. Now, I got this in the Bluetti backpack. The Bluetti 42-liter backpack was complete trash. It was just really, really bad. But the power station that was inside of that 268 watt hour power station, I'll throw a little bit of B-roll of the power station itself. This is the perfect size for putting in any backpack that's at least 25, 26 liters. Put in a 20 liter gets a little tight. But if you put in like a 25-liter bag and you want to take this with you hiking, camping, on a day trip, to picnic, whatever, you have power with you. Put some juice in your drones, power some cell phones, power some radios. Like, this is a great companion size. I love that it has one AC port. It has the USB-C port to USB-A port. It has everything that you need in a very small, compact thing. If you couple this with like a 100-watt solar panel, you're like cooking with freaking with what is it, fish grease? You're cooking. You're going to be frying it. You're going to be making this thing happen with this thing. This is what this unit I keep turned off, just ready to go in my man cave. If we're going somewhere, I can quickly throw it and just be ready to rock and roll. $149. Normally 249 bucks. No one spends 249 on this unit. It normally sells for about 199 according to my little notes. So 149 does make it a great Black Friday deal. The Olight Baton 4. Baton 4 is getting a little long in the tooth. Olight. Do I have one sitting over here? No, I don't have a Baton 4 sitting over here. I actually gave mine to my pest control guy. The Baton 4 is getting a little long in the tooth, but I did like it before I gave it away. Okay. It has a nice screen on the front where you can see the percentage left for the actual flashlight and for the case. It itself can be used to charge multiple different Olight flashlights, not just the Baton 4. It also does 1300 lumens for the high mode. It has plenty of features, a magnetic tail cap. It's just a really good EDC flashlight. You can wear it on your hat, all that type of stuff. Getting this with the actual rechargeable case at $66 is a deal. I normally don't talk about this flashlight too often because it normally hovers around like 75 bucks for this type of deal. But the flashlight in its rechargeable case, mind you, its case can be used to charge other devices. I mean, it's not the biggest milliamp hour storage ever, but if your phone's about to die, you can use this to throw some juice towards your phone. That's a buy it now price. We got to talk about the EcoFlow. This is the Delta 2. I have got to believe that the Delta 2 series, whether it is the Max, the regular, their end of life. I have to believe that because these prices keep dropping. And right now, the Delta 2 is $349. The cheapest I've ever seen it is $319. We may see that Cyber Monday, but $349, it's been at least 6 months since I see this pricing. For this one, this is going to be a very good station if you want the AC plugs to be in the back. This also comes with a little free 20-watt GAN USB-C charger, great for charging like a iPad mini or your cell phones. It comes with a cable as well. That's a $15 value. The thing is that this 1 kilowatt unit, 1800 watt output, I'm using it right now. You see these screens that are on behind me, they're being ran by the EcoFlow Delta 2. This exhaust fan is being ran by the EcoFlow Delta 2. My air purifier, which is pulling the smoke from this, EcoFlow Delta 2. I use this thing for a lot. And I love the fact that the plugs are in the back for my use case, because I use this every day. You can still get the batteries to come along with it. $349 is a buy now price. It normally hovers $399, $379-ish. So this is one of those units you can get. You're still going to get the warranty. Right now we're in power stations because I use these things a lot. I've done reviews on all these. If you want to see the reviews on them, I'm showing these to you because I like what they're doing with this one. This one's just over a 2 kilowatt unit. So they put a little bit extra in it. This one's $699. There are more competitive price 2 kilowatt units. Usually you can find one for like $619, stuff like that. But the one thing I like about this one, big, beautiful OLED screen. It does have 2600 watt output on the AC ports. The AC ports are nice and organized at the top, and they are 20 amp ports. And the thing about this is that it's just a very easy UI for anybody to walk up to. So I have mine right now as the emergency backup power for both my commercial size freezers that are in my man cave. And so if I lose power, my freezers are normally pulling about 200 watts just continuously. So this thing would keep those running for about 10 hours. It's going to be way more than that because I have a lot more juice that I can give to those freezers. But the point being is my freezers are right now at -5 degrees. So if we were to lose power, this thing is going to work out for me. I love the fact that it does have USB-C ports on the front. I use that for charging my gimbals. It has USB-A ports. It has the DC port. It has everything that I need. The Olight Seeker 4 Pro. I'm going to put some B-roll up of how I like to use my Olight. Any of the Olight flashlights that come with their own like plastic holsters, whether it's the Warrior 4, whether it is the Seeker 4, whether it's the Javelot, I literally will put those things on a wall and use those. Okay. The thing I like about the Seeker 4 is it does have this scroll wheel to adjust the brightness levels. This is a very good price. When I originally got the Seeker 4 years ago, I didn't really like the black. I didn't like the ergos. When I revisited the unit recently, when they came out with the zombie version, I got it. I understood it, especially because I owned the Javelot for so long. Javelot magnets nowhere near as good as the Seeker 4. The flood mode of the Seeker 4 is a lot better. That's why they call it the Seeker, because you can just flood a whole area. 4600 lumens on that high end. It comes with the holster. The holster comes with ways for you to attach it to a wall. I have mine screwed in, but you can use a 3M tape. I chose to use screws. But, you know, whatever you want to do. And I like it because if I'm going to be taking a trash out, if I hear a bump in the night, it's normally a possum or it's an armadillo, but I can shine a light really quickly and see what the hell that was. So dope. Good price at $98. They oftentimes do run it around $99, but it is a lot better than its MSRP of $139. It normally runs about $119 though. Let's just keep it real. The Olight Warrior 4. Do I have that? The Warrior X4. Here it is right here. Here's another one of these flashlights that if you get the accessories that come with it, you can also put this onto the wall if you want to. But I think that this thing really shines being carried by you. 2600 lumen, high output, less than that Seeker 4, but this has a crazy good spot beam on this thing. It definitely 630 meters of throw. That's a true thing. This thing can throw like crazy. It is very fully functioned. The only thing is if you don't use it very often, the UI is very forgettable. Like I don't remember how to fully make this thing run at all times. I just know how to get turbo mode instantly, but how to do low, medium, high, I don't remember. So if you get this, use it. Keep it in the cab of your truck, put it on your vest while you're rucking, put this when you're going to be going hiking, whatever. Keep this with you, use it. This is a buy now price at $90.99. You said, hey, X, would I take this or the Seeker 4? I probably would take the Seeker 4 for $7 more, $8 more, because of easy use. I can hand the Seeker 4 to anybody and they're going to figure it out. This one, you really need to understand your unit to use it. But once you get it, you get it. It's fantastic. Last power station I wanted to bring up. This is the EcoFlow River 3, 245 watt hours. So you can actually get that Bluetti unit for a little cheaper. However, I would say this. The EcoFlow app's much better. This unit fits in inconspicuous areas better than that Bluetti hands-free. And to spend the $30 additional, I think is worth it. The app support is the best for me. I use this to run my router and my Wi-Fi. When our internet is fiber. So as long as there's not a widespread outage, if it's like a neighborhood outage or just maybe a few blocks, my fiber continues to work. So if I keep my Wi-Fi and my router up and going with this, which can keep my stuff going for about, I would say about 10 hours or so, because it runs between 30 and 40 watts is how much my router and Wi-Fi pulls. And this thing is 245 watt hours. But I can reduce that by unplugging one of my Wi-Fis to really stretch it to 10. Otherwise, it's going to be about 6 to 8 hours. This is great. This keeps my kids busy when the power goes out. Okay. And that's what I like this for. I like the fact that it's small, it's discreet, it gets the job done. You can put this in a backpack too. But if you're looking for the one that has a better app, it's this one. So if your app support, better warranty, you're going to go with the EcoFlow. If you want the cheaper price, get that hands-free that I showed you earlier. The Loop Gear. Where's my Loop Gear? So the Loop Gear SK05 Pro. This is a very good flashlight. Unfortunately for the Loop Gear, the EDC 37 does exist. And so when I got both of these at the same time, it was very hard for me to just use the Loop Gear because of the features that the EDC 37 does, because this thing turns night into day with 8,000 lumens. But let's just set that to the side. The EDC 37 doesn't go on sale very often. This Loop Gear, $98 is the lowest price I've seen in 3 months. And it has, it's basically a 4-in-1 flashlight where you have the light in the front. You can turn that to RGB. You can use it as a white light, as a spot. It has a flood. It's just a very good light itself. So there's your spot. There is your flood. And you can, you also get, let's see, the RGB mode on here. And you can change the colors there. The one thing I like about it is when you change modes, it actually changes the flashlight without you having to push the button again. So now I'm in flood. If I bring that up to the highest setting, but if I want to go to spot, I don't have to actually push the button again. So Loop Gear is a great little flashlight. It's also a battery bank. It has 4300 high lumen mode. Very good flashlight, $98. I didn't know anything about Loop Gear. They've sent me a couple of their products. I've been thoroughly impressed. Only thing I don't know is longevity and warranty. But I mean, you know, we'll see how that goes as it stands right now. And one thing this has that the EDC doesn't have, has a very good, you can't see me sticking this right here, but it has a good magnet on it. So you can use this as a companion flashlight, unlike the EDC 37, which all the settings are on the rear of the flashlight itself. The Rescue Me emergency keychain tool. Keep this on your keychain, maybe not. If you really want to use this to get yourself out of your vehicle in an accident, you might want to tape this to maybe the inside of your door. So if you get in an accident, you can just take it. If your keys still get put in the ignition like my truck, maybe you can hang it on your keys. Okay. But if you have a push to start vehicle and your keys in your pocket, I think this is completely pointless to put on your keys. But it's still a really good system because it has a glass breaker, which is better than the glass breaker they seem to throw on everything, like knives and flashlights. Like this has a glass breaker on it, the EDC 37. These are glass breakers, but I would much rather use the Rescue Me with its pressure tool than to have to use the hopefully not broken arm to use anything to smash a window. So made in the USA, comes in multiple colors, $7.25 is a pretty good price for the yellow. That's the one I would get. It's the easiest to see inside of a vehicle, or get the orange one. If you want another color, then whatever, but I would get a bright color, whatever you do. Keep a couple of those in your vehicles just in case. The Huntsman. The Huntsman is the Swiss Army knife that I upgraded my 17-year-old daughter to. She started off with a very basic Victorinox. It was like a 3-layer. Had a file, a knife, and a pair of scissors. She is now on the Huntsman. She uses it all the time. I have her break down boxes, open packages, cut stuff when she's crafting with her brothers and sisters. She's been using knife safety techniques for 7 years. I'm almost ready to give her like a full pocket knife, but we're not there yet because of her siblings, not because of her. Great deal here, $41.60. Now, when I got hers originally in the white, I think I spent $38. Prices have creeped up a little bit, but there are accessories you can get with the Huntsman. Like you can get a pocket clip for it, which I've done a video on that. It has 15 functions. It has tweezers, and it has a toothpick and all sorts of stuff. If you don't have a Swiss Army knife, I think this could be your one and done. This could be your one and done if you really want to just get one and try it out and see what you think. The Leatherman Bit Kit. Leatherman Bit Kit does drop down to $25 every now and again. It's did it about a month and a half ago. Here it is again. Okay. Leatherman Bit Kit. This is going to get you 21 double-ended screws from Leatherman themselves instead of having to use a third party. So this is going to get you stuff like slotted, Phillips, hex, Torx, and more. Increase the usefulness of your Leatherman, especially if you have those like the Curl, the Wave, the Arc, any of those. You can just buy this kit and you're ready to rock and roll. Let's talk about the eBay stock Bando. I like the Bando a lot. It's a reason why it's the #1 bestseller when it comes to hiking CCW waist packs on Amazon. The only complaint I have is that the zippers are not easily differentiated from one another. So the zipper pull for the front pocket is exactly like the zipper pull on the CCW compartment. So my recommendation would be to either leave the front pocket open all the time or learn to open the bag with your right hand and draw with your right. Basically keep the zipper pulls on opposite sides, okay? Because then that way you won't accidentally open the wrong one. Hero clips, $24 for 2 minis. This is a good deal. Hero clips are good to have for a number of reasons. You're gonna want hero clips to keep your bags hanging from a surface or something like that. That way you don't have to worry about putting your bag on like a dirty floor at a restaurant, or if you want to hang it from your seat back at an airplane, or if you're at a recital and you don't want the popcorn crap getting all over your bag. The minis are going to be okay for slings. You might want to get a medium size for bigger backpacks, but it's going to be really up to you. The minis only can do about 40 pounds. The mediums and the minis don't have as wide of a tooth, as wide of a hole. The Civivi Vision FG. If you're looking for something with this super lock, then I think this is a very good way to go. So the Cynics, I guess the piss yellow is where we're going to go with the Autumn. $78.75 is a good buy it now price. It's in multiple colors, multiple variants. Nitro V blade steel. Side note, if you see a company that says Nitro V made in the USA, question them immediately. Nitro V is manufactured in Europe. The company that owns Nitro V, the proprietary steel, they're New Jersey company, and they do heat treatment in New Jersey and other parts, but they manufacture their steel in Europe. Okay, I saw some stuff popping up from some companies lately that said Nitro V fully made in America. Just be cautious of that, okay? That's a side note, but this is Nitro V, Civivi, and it's banging out a lot of knives lately. If you really want to just try the Super Lock, I think you're going to enjoy it. And this Tanto style blade is going to be functional, especially if you're going to be pulling away from different types of cuts and stuff like that. Normally, no one buys it for $105, but normally it's going to cost you around the $84, $85 mark, $78, 25% savings from the MSRP. Now, one thing that caught my attention is today's other video sponsor, which is Veer and their C5 Tactical Field Solar Watch. I did not know that these prices were so good for the Veer watches right now. So I'm wearing the C5 Tactical Field Solar Watch. I wear it so often. I oftentimes am nervous of scratching up my sapphire crystal glass, and I don't. I'll put some B-roll on top because this thing looks good. I've had it for over 2 years. This is the lowest pricing I've seen on this watch in a long time. 25% holiday sale, up to 25% on their website. right now puts this watch for me for the C5 $297. That's a good deal. 40 millimeter sizing, 2 watch straps included in the box. You're going to as well get the lockdown screw down crown. You get a calendar calculation. You get a very good lume on this bad boy. And on top of all that, you get a 2-year waterproof guarantee. Lots of good features in this. If you look for a similarly spec'd watch, especially for something that's USA assembled, not made in China, you're not going to get this price. You're just not going to. You wouldn't even get the MSRP price. And so shout out to Ver for also sponsoring today's video, because this is a good deal that I could not ignore. I mean, even like the A5, even the A5 is a good price right now, but it's sold out. That's the automatic version of this watch. Still has that good American goodness because it's USA assembled as well, but something to think about. Speaking of something else to think about, speaking of something else made or assembled in the USA, this one's fully made in the USA, the Leatherman Free P2, $80. This is a buy it now price. Free P2, Free P4, they're gone. They are no longer in production. You may say, X, why would I get the Free P2 instead of just buying the ARC? The knife itself on there is decent, okay? There tons of people aren't really complaining about the 440C or whatever the hell they make this blade still out of. It is also partially serrated, which is good for cutting rope. But the best thing about the Free P4 and the Free P2, I think even more about the Free P2, highly moddable. Etsy, eBay, Amazon. You can buy so many mods for this thing and turn it into a viable tool that you can put in your pocket, where you can use quarter bits, Leatherman's bits, and it's just a very good tool. I mean, my Free P4 is modified past the wazoo, and I'm almost tempted to get a Free P2 just to bring my Free P4 back to OEM and have the mods. Because Max Level EDC, if you've never seen his channel, shout out to him. The mods that I've seen him do on the Free P2 look fantastic. Magnetic opening with that free technology. You get plenty of tools. You can access all the tools while the pliers are closed. That's the biggest thing with the Free series, okay? The Leatherman Skeletool CX in the RX, whichever one you want. The CX is the one that has a plain edge blade. The RX has the partially serrated blade, which is the one that I have. This is what I keep in my truck in the armrest. It uses Leatherman's bits, has a carabiner on it, has a decent set of pliers, and has a good knife. This is very good for just in a pinch type stuff. You're helping your buddy put together, you know, open the actual bay of a toy outside of a party that you should have bought the gift for earlier. You got a little Phillip right there with you that you can use that for. You need to cut some stuff. You got some wire cutters with you. You got a knife with you if you fail to bring the knife in your pocket. Just a very good tool. The Rebar. The Rebar is a tool that I don't own, but so many people love the Rebar. And I don't know why you wouldn't like the Rebar. If I'm just looking at the tool itself, it has a wood saw, a serrated blade, good for cutting fibrous materials. It has a very long Phillips, which is good for getting deep and get a fastener that's deep in the well of something. It has a bottle cap lifter, can opener, and all with the sewing hoe, a pry bar, a smaller pry bar. You have the double-sided file, and you have a knife, plus replaceable wire cutters. This is like a great tool. It's like a great multi-tool. By Leatherman, comes in multiple colors, $71. Buy now price as well. Listen, we're always talking about Zippos. This is Zippo I'm using right now, $17. Normally this thing sells for $21 when it's on sale. You're looking to get a Zippo, keep a fire source in your pocket. I would do that. If you smoke sticks, make sure you get the next item, which is the butane insert, which is the insert I have in this right now. But coupled together, you're going to be spending less than $35-ish, and you're going to have a good way to be able to light someone, light your own cigar, light something for somebody or whatever. That's a good buy it now price as well. The Kizer Drop Bear. This is the fixed blade with AEBL. Here's the thing. I love me some good AEBL, right? I have this DP1 by TKL Knives. It's made with AEBL, and it's a great knife. Now, his heat treatment might be better grind. I don't know, right? It's a great knife. And this is, it's just a great little knife to have. But I love the Drop Bear folding version. I know for a fact if I owned the Drop Bear Fixie, I would thoroughly enjoy it, especially the overall size of this knife. It comes with the sheath. It comes with a couple, it seems a little gimmicky with the tweezers and all the other stuff, but it still looks like a good full tang knife that's going to be able to be used in different scenarios. And looks like if you get it in different variants, you can get it even cheaper. So the one I'm looking at here is 46 bucks. Looks like you can get it in, is this Nitro V for 39 or is it also AEBL? This is, okay, it's D2. D2 for 39. So it's a lot of different options. Buy it now price for any of those if you want to check those out. The EcoFlow Rapid Power Bank. I'm using this right now to power this camera, the monitor that I'm looking at myself in, the microphone receiver for this, all being powered off this EcoFlow. This power bank, it has quickly become my little go-to man cave around the way power bank. EcoFlow is trying to compete with Ugreen and Anchor with these 4-in-1 power banks where built-in strap, a cord that comes out, plus 2 ports you can plug into, makes it a 4-in-1 charger where it can do up to 170 watts. Now, not from one port, that's combined. So if you're doing 100 watts out of one port, you can do 70 out of another. But it's a nice little device, normally 99 bucks. You're going to get it for 79 bucks. I have, well, the MSRP is 139. It sells at 99. 79 is the lowest that I've seen it since it debuted 3 months ago. So there's not a lot of data for this, but it's a good one. I like it better than the Anchor because of the placement of the grab handle. And Ugreen is behind Anchor and EcoFlow when it comes to this type of stuff. So grab one, keep it in your bag. You'll be good to go as well. The Victorinox nail clippers. I just use my nail clippers right now to cut my nails before this video. So my nails grow crazy fast. This has a file, a knife, a pair of scissors, and nail clippers. One complaint, if you have very strong nails, I have crazy strong nails. This nail clippers never are able to cut my thumb ever. So I have to, it can cut my phalanges, but my actual thumb, it can't do. But that's because I have strong nails. If you have, I guess, normal nails, you'll be fine with this. This price is higher than I've seen in the past for a sell price, but I don't know if they're discontinuing and going with their dedicated nail clipper or if they're low stock. $48 is a buy it now price because it's normally 50 something. So if you want to get it, this is your time. I wanted to show you this snack pack. Not really related to everyday carry, but my kids love this snack pack and it has some good bangers in it. I got a dad bod, I can tell you about it, okay? Munchies in here, grandma's cookies, the Funyuns. This is just a great snack pack. And you're getting it basically 50 cents a snack for $19. I buy this all the time for my kiddos. That's a pretty good deal. Normally sells for like 22-ish. So if you want to grab that. And then my go-to energy drink here in the man cave, right now I'm drinking coffee, but oftentimes I will bang back Ghost Energy. $25 is a buy now price. It sells at its normal price. It rarely goes on sale. My favorite is Cherry Limeade. You can check out the other colors to see if any of those will work for you. But those are just some of my early Prime Day deals. My gift guide for below 200 is going to come out soon. My gift guide below 500 is going to come out soon. And then I'll probably do day of Black Friday, day of Cyber Monday. I pump out content. If you like somebody that pumps out content, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If you don't like content, then don't hit the subscribe button. Hey, listen, if this is your first time stopping by, I do appreciate it though. All right. If this is not your first time stopping by, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.